second session of week 6 revision today. We are going to continue revising the sixth chapter, the most important one so far, and a difficult one, tough one. And I can see most of you are beginning to um, absorb the concept behind it, the truth behind it. You are beginning to accept it. This will open up you for the future lessons from the book. So this is an important thing. If you have any doubts about the fundamental of this chapter, please do not hesitate. Ask ask what you want to know about it. Um, it's important from not just the point of view of learning about more about the book, but also from the point of view of your own growth in life, how you grow in your life. And from that point of view also, this is a very important learning that we are doing in this chapter. And I will, just like every day, I will repeat what is the learning of this chapter. I create my own reality. No exceptions. There are no exceptions. I create my own reality. Apparently, it may seem that others are doing things, but the truth is that I do it. I create it, or I invite the experience. And then others participate in my drama. That's what is going on. So, um, as long as this is clear, as long as this is accepted by you, everything else will fall in place. The rest of it is very simple, nothing very difficult to understand. And along the way, in the next part, we are going to learn some new tools, new techniques, and also the way to solve the issues using our own inner knowing, our own wisdom. So, wisdom is there. We all have the wisdom. In the next part, we will learn how to use it consciously, how to make the life easier. Things which have been stuck, things which have been um, unresolved within must be resolved. That is all we are going to learn in part two. So, part two is going to be focused on ourselves, the self. And then in part three, we will expand beyond the self. Right? This book is so beautifully structured, and so is nature. Nature is equally beautifully designed, so well designed. Everything connects when you start looking at it. Every little thing connects. This morning, as I was listening to the song, sitting here waiting for all of you, I was watching the video. In the video, the nature is visible, and I was able to connect with each part of that nature as myself. There's a butterfly sitting on a flower, sucking the pollen. I felt that I am doing it. So that's how much connection we can feel when we begin to become part of nature. The nature is so beautifully designed. Everything is looking after everything else. That's the beauty of nature, right? Keeps providing for each other without even asking for a payment. This is the beauty of nature. So, well, we will continue with our journey today. And today we have our most loving flower of the heaven. She is not just the beautiful flower of the heaven, she is the most loving flower of the heaven, in my experience. So, and that all of you know, that is Monil ji, and she is going to lead us through the session today. So, welcome, Monil ji. You can start.
Namaste. Namaste, Saleji. Thank you for your
Namaste.
kind words. And they say beauty lies with beholder's eyes. So you can see that love through me because you are yourself created with that love. We all do. And namaste, all masters. Welcome, everyone. So, as Sir said, this is a very important chapter. It's a very, like it said, it's the cornerstone of this course. So, as we know all that what is forgiveness by now, that forgiving is forgiving love. So we have been receiving from God, from its creation, from all the forms of that God created with love, and then how we choose to reciprocate to that love is in our hands. So and the truth, so on the surface there is a little contrast here, that the reality versus the truth. So the reality is that it seems on the surface that we have been hurt, we have been trespassed, or we have been uh, like compromised or anything. We have been made a lesser person or something from others who are also made out of love, from that sweet nectar, sweet syrup of love. So, and on the other hand, the underlying truth is that we are truly a creator. We are solely responsible for our thoughts, and we create our own reality, as Salesh is reminding this every day. And today he said 100% that there's no alterations, there's no changes to be made to this statement. And I now recognize that you are merely doing this because I invited you to do this, and it's impossible for you to mm, to infringe on my on my perfection. So very powerful statements that I am perfect now. I've always been perfect and I'll always be perfect. So it's a, if someone thinks that they can make us a lesser person, or if we think that someone has taken something from us, then it is our wrong thinking. It's impossible for other person to take anything from us or make us feel low or make us feel a lesser person. So when I was reading this chapter, the first thing that came to my mind, I think Jayaji also mentioned yesterday, and I was feeling, oh, Jayaji, you stole my words. So I just, when I started reading, I felt that mm, I'm hugging a tree and then I'm screaming for help. I'm hugging myself and I'm screaming for help that please help me. So we are actually a creator and we have created everything for us. So God has created this wonderful universe with his thought, and we create our little worlds with our thoughts. So from chapter 1, Babaji has been reminding us that you are not a candle, you are a floodlight, and take your responsibility. The underlying truth in that is you have to take a responsibility now. And then in every chapter, slowly, slowly, like it says, you have a part of you that's whole, that's vibrant, that's alive. So again, another responsibility came on us that we need to recognize that. And then the safety tools were given to us and so powerful healing words when I was repeating, because usually I repeat for my own practice in Hindi. So today I had to practice in English to say these words. So when I was saying it, I thought that it's such a powerful reminder to us. We are thinking we are sending this love and the light to all the thought forms, but we are reminding ourselves that we are whole, healed, and complete. So, like Jyoti ji in the Hindi session was sharing her life story with us, and then she said, "My ears are listening first, and then you are listening." So, I felt the same thing, that I'm listening first. I'm actually thinking that I'm sending love around me and to those uninvited influences. But actually, those powerful words I'm telling to myself, those three, the beginning lines, that I'm whole, healed, and complete, and um, I am not afraid, or I'm sending love. So it's for myself, because I felt so much connected, that oneness, because God created this with his love, and everything is love. So so consequently, it makes us all that love. So everything in universe is nothing but that love. And that love is omnipresent. So, like I said before, that the love is present everywhere, in each and every form of the living form, or the forms of life, or in every living being and every non living being. But it's the perception of our mind that brings that separation, that loneliness, that aloneness that we feel, that we have been, uh, we are different, and we are separate from each other. So the mind's responses can be unlearned, because we have learned those through time, through conditioning, through our expectations, through our attachments. So, and love is unchangeable, it's present in everything and anything. So, the basis of this life is that flowing love, and life just relies on that presence of love, the presence of love that we feel everywhere. The flower has the love, so does the thorn has that love. So it's made out of love. Whether we see it, our distorted perception sees it as a pricking thorn, but um, it's everything. So we cannot deny this, that we that nothing is, that love is absence anywhere. Love is present. It's omnipresent. And so the conditioning of the mind, like the grudges, the resentments that we are holding on to, and then it's time for us now to release those, to free ourselves from that prison that we have created around us. We have been prisoned from so long, and uh, we have to go back to the essence that we are, the love. So it's like the two sides of the same coin. So on the surface, when we see a coin, we can only see the one side of that coin. So that side is seeming reality, that we are hurt, we are pain, and we have been proved to be a lesser person, we have been rejected, we are failed, we were not approved. So these are all on the surface. But at the back of that coin, what's holding us is God's love, the divine, pure love. So it's like a potter who's making a pottery, like he's making a pot, and then he's holding one hand inside, and that hand is very stable, because I have experienced this in one class that I went for poetry. So I know that you need to be, your hand inside has to be very stable, and with the other hand you're just patting it very lightly, gently, so that it comes into that shape. So in every situation, in any challenges, in anything that we feel imperfect, or we feel that we have been rejected, or um, anything, but universe has its own way to keep us safe and protected. So that stable hand is like God's love who's holding us. We are holding grudges, but God is, on the other hand, holding us with that perfection, with that abundance. So here, like Babaji says, we are made in the image of God. We are perfection and nothing can be changed, nothing can be altered. So you cannot deny. So nobody can trespass you, or if you feel compromised, you can say to yourself, I'm perfection. And so um, Babaji says your abundance, and then abundance comes to you if you're open to it. So here I will tell you all an example from my personal life. So one evening, my husband came home and he was very negative about all the situations, and he said that the market is not good, and we have a property that had no occupant and no tenant. And then he said that uh, it's the situation is very difficult now. And then we are just paying the rates and everything, maintenance. And then I think we should sell it. And then while he was talking all this, I was just in my mind thinking that how abundance, I am abundance. And then abundance comes to me at the right time. And I was just telling and all this, and then the next day, um, the agent called us and say that there's a tenant who's looking for your property. So this is a live example from my life that how when what you think you create, so the reality is only in your thoughts. So whatever experience you want to create, you can create with your own thoughts. And we have the, we have all the, like I said, you have the, you are solely, you are truly a creator, because we have seen from our past experiences that how our life with our thoughts, we can make it a hell or a heaven. So, and we have that free will to choose. So that free will is our holy right. So that free will is so strong that nobody can interfere in that free will, and nobody can like snatch that from us. It's always protected. So even God, in whose image we are made, he will not interfere in our free will. So we have all the free will. And when we think that we are, that someone has wronged us, so we can also see that we, in our story that we created, we are the director, the producer, the script writer, and um, and the storyteller or whatever. Everything is created by us, and we choose characters. So some characters are maybe there to give us bitter experiences. Some characters maybe uh, like we choose to be angry. Some characters are like loving and sweet. So we have chosen them. So what happened if we are talking about this, that the bitterness? So the bitterness controls us because we forget the other side of the coin, that we are loved and we are perfect and we are abundant, and we have created this whole plot for us. It's like, I thought it's just like a Janam Patri, because in our Janam Patri we have everything. The If we go to the astrologer, he can tell you what house is like standing for what area or a sphere in your life, what aspect. So um, we have created this, and when maybe we have created some wounded uh, wounded characters who are already wounded with that their own things, and then they they respond to us or react to us with that space. So like Babaji says, uh, you work from the space, you operate from the place of your whole self. So we forget that, and we follow the grudges or the resentments that we hold on to. And those harshness or those bitterness, those pains or those hurts were maybe a very important part of our past, that gave us some experience, that learning, that growth. But maybe we don't need them now. So we need to release that resentment. We need to release that um, grudges and be free ourselves and make the other character also be free. So we are like, we have a very heavy bondage or an emotional bondage, emotional burden between that two people or the two situations where, or the people in the situation where we have created this, and there's a negative loop that like a vicious circle. So, like in chapter 3, we learn that whatever we give, it comes back to us. So, we have to release them because we don't need them. We don't need that character anymore in our life. And how to release them, how to get rid of them, not just that get out of my life. We have to send them unconditional love. Because they obliged us, they served us, they played the best of their role. And what they did, that apparently we call them as villains of our lives. So they made us the hero of our lives. They brought that hero, the character, um, out, and then they what they did is made us self-reliant. They made us independent. They they pushed us towards our inner strength. So they again reminded us of that love, that we are who we are. So it's again like they reminded us how to be in that heaven, the full bloom in that heaven. And so give me a minute. I will just see. Sorry, masters. And then everybody is creating, and maybe uh, everybody has their own story, and they have created their own script, their own life experiences with their thoughts. And maybe we are also villains in their story or their script. So we have also been rude to them, or we have also hurt them in many ways. So it can be vice versa. And then I will tell a life experience on this, that I remember that when I married my husband, I thought I'm marrying a partner who will make me feel whole and complete and perfect. And so I didn't know about all this wisdom then. I didn't know unified then. So I was finding that perfection, that completeness, that he will make me complete, he will make me whole. And then when I got married to him, he uh, he told me, because it was an arranged marriage, so I hardly knew anything about him. So he told me that I have a first wife who's my business, and you are my second wife, and you are not going to interfere. And my first wife will always remain a priority for me. So, married at a very young age, came to Hong Kong. I didn't know anybody. I hardly had any family or anybody to look upon or to talk to. So I started mm, my journey. I became a little adventurous. I went out by myself. I started traveling alone, and then I got dependent on myself. So emotionally and everything. He's a very kind-hearted man. He's very good provider. He's very responsible. But I then I understood that he had his own wounds from where he was working. He had his own pains, because then I remembered a family member of his telling me that he was insulted when he asked a 10 rupee from his aunt because he wanted to go to a cinema. And then all this, when I connected the dots, then slowly, it was not an easy life for me. It was a big jump. So it was slowly, I started understanding his money block, his how he was insulted, and that became his, it's like an obsession. And then I see now that whenever he wants to do any entertainment, only thing is cinema. He would like to go to cinema and spend that money. So I understand that how this, and I chose him as a character in my life, in my plot. So that, but he was working from a place of wound. And so I already chose a character who was wounded or who had his own wounds, and he was working from there. So slowly, I understood. And then I'm very grateful to him now because after being adventurous or exploring the whole of Hong Kong, I finally got tired, and then the search began inside. I went on an inner journey. And when Saleji called me for the first time, I told him that in our phonic conversation, I told him that Saleji have lot of time. Then he said, you are rich in time. So before that also, I had gone to many organizations. I went on an inner search, same like Buddha, because he. So first I did outside, and then finally this journey came now to unified, where I'm searching myself, or I'm learning about who am I and what I thought I was, and who am I, and how this all the circle of life is playing. It's created by me. All the characters are also chosen by me. So Babaji says that, and one more example I will give for that, how we keep a grudge, and then how we have a very like a heavy energy or a bonded. We are we bind ourselves with that energy, and then how we create. There was a teacher who wanted to teach students that how to get detached, or how to remove the grudge, or how to get rid of the grudge. So she said, every one of you carry 5 potatoes in a bag each day for consequent days, and then you are going to keep that bag of potato. You're going to carry that bag of potato everywhere you go. You go in the washroom, you have to bring it. If you're sleeping, you bring it and put it on your bedside. Anywhere you go, you need to carry. So after 2, 3 days, those potatoes started to smell and got rotten. And they went to the teacher complaining that, teacher, the potatoes are really getting rotten and it's very smelly. We can't take the smell now. So the teacher said that you can throw them now, you can release them now, because it's same like the grudges, the complaints. You come and tell me about for the other kids that you have to release them, because how we are all connected to that love. And then uh, how we like a necklace, that all the beads in the necklace are are only depending on that thread. So the all the beads are unique. They are different. They have different choices, but then again they are connected to one thing, and that is the sweet syrup of love. And a few days back, I went to a coffee shop. So while standing in the queue, I ordered my coffee. Everybody was ordering coffee of their choices. Somebody was ordering Americano, some cappuccino, some flat white, and many other flavors that it was there. And then while waiting in the queue, I observed that each time there's different coffee ordered by different people, but each time they use the coffee beans and they press the coffee beans, and that is how. And they put, for some they put milk and sugar, for some they don't put milk and sugar according to their orders. So while I was sipping my coffee, I was thinking everybody had different choices. And maybe like 50 of us were sitting in that coffee shop. But what is common in that? What the coffee shop is running on is that coffee beans. If there's no coffee beans, there's no coffee. So it's similarly, it's the love that is binding us together. It's connecting us. It's a connector. So it's inseparable. It's, even if you want to unlearn it, you cannot unlearn it. It's not your mind. It's not your perception. So it's like that. And so coming back to the chapter, that Babaji said that you have a very old and thinking about forgiveness. So now you have to impoverish it, you have to update it. So he said, before, earlier in the past, when you forgive somebody, you were trapped in a ego that boosted your ego, because you thought that somebody has done very horrible act, somebody has really trespassed me, but still I forgive them. But Babaji says you have to improve your thinking. You have to uh, accept the new things now, because the times are changing and you have to change too. That you, it's impossible for other people to uh, infringe on your perfection, or it's impossible for other people to hurt you. So the sentences that I said in the beginning, I'm perfect now, I'm always been perfect, and I'll always be perfect. And then what is the impoverished thing about the forgiveness is that I have made mistake in my thinking, and then which seemingly, like I said, that on reality, on the surface, it looks like somebody's hurting me, and somebody's rejecting me, or somebody is not accepting me the way I am. So, but in reality, uh, so, no, the first one was that such a thought is an illusion, that you are living, this is your distorted perception. It's your imagination of your mind. And it also depends on your thinking process, your attachments with your family, or with your, that who is on the other side, who's on the other side that you are having grudge. So it's all depends on that your the labels that you have attached to them. So Babaji says it's an illusion that nobody can hurt, that anybody can hurt you, and then you are perfect and always remain perfect. So, and now comes the practice part, and we have to always clean our aura, same as before. And this should become a very integral part of our daily routine. And we have to have an very specific communication with our higher self, who's always been guiding us, prodding us, and who's always been inspiring us and directing us. So we have to now get more closer to listen to communicate and ask a higher self that uh, who are those people, those wonderful people who we need to forgive. So most of it, I feel, is from our family members. Like, because when we are very close and attached to a family, and most of the time we spend is with our family. So we have seen that how people fight over properties, and people fight over the will of their parents, or there is so many issues, even small issues. If like in a joint family, that even on the small issues of the kitchen timings, or the kitchen the cooking recipes or whatever, and the deciding a menu, it's it's like it creates like a rift between them. So it's most of the time the grudge is holding we are most of the time holding the grudge against our family members because we are attached to them. And when we are attached, we have expectations. We have a lot of expectations from them. And that is why. So when we cannot drop our grudges until we drop our expectations. We make a shift in our awareness, and that, like for example, I have started this in my personal life after reading this chapter, that who am I scapegoating? Like what I'm doing, whether I'm escaping my responsibility, even in those small things. Like before, I used to go to hail a taxi and I would think in my mind, why the taxi driver didn't stop for me? And I would think something negative about him. But now I think he's not a character in my drama. How he's going to stop that taxi for me? And then it brings me so much peace. So when you are operating from that place of love, or you are connected to that heart space, then, and you remember your truth, that you are the sole creator, you are responsible for everything. So you again go back to your love, you return back to who you are. So it's helping me a lot, because in small things, like somebody said, the salt is more in the food. So I try to escape, and I say this happened, that happened, and many other stories we make. So how I am uh, not taking accountability of or responsibility of my own actions or my own thoughts. I'm very closely watching it. I'm being aware of all that. So we have to ask our higher self whom we need to forgive, and so we have to find the names we can write down. And after our quiet period, we need a pen and a notebook. And after our quiet period, we can either take one of them, or bring their picture in front of us, or either we can and forgive them in a group, or we can also some we would think that one forgiveness was enough. Forgiveness is again giving love, the unconditional love that flows through each one of us, and in all of God's creation, all the forms are uh, manifested in His love. So we have to note down those, and we will be surprised that we thought that we will not uh, to those we did not even expect that they will come to our memory. Those persons can also come, and we can send love to everybody, because love is our nature, and we can give what we have. So we have love, and then we can give to everybody, we can transmit, and we can um, send love at bedtime. We can send them forgiveness, and we have to just be aware and take our accountability, our responsibility of our thoughts, and uh, not be in the victim mentality or blame others for our own actions or our own thoughts. So, and one more story at the end. I will tell you that there was once a dhobi, like a laundryman who went to the river to wash his clothes, to wash all the clothes, and then he used to put that clothes on the top of the donkey. And then while he went to the river, he tied the donkey to the tree with a string. And then he would finish his work, his laundry, and he would come back and he would open and the string, and then put the laundry back on the donkey and uh, go. So one saint was always at the river, and then he observed this very closely, that this man comes every day, he ties the donkey with a string, and then he opens and then brings the laundry. So one day he saw that man, the dhobi, very stressed. He said that, he was as if finding something. So the saint went there and said that, I I see that you're very stressed today and you're finding something. So he said, I'm finding the rope because I lost it somewhere and then I don't have the rope to tie my donkey today. So he said, but the donkey knows that he's always waiting for you here. But he said, I don't want to leave him free. So he said, okay, just pretend and just pretend so the donkey knows that you have tied the string around him. So he had no other option. So he he believed the saint and he just pretended. He didn't have a rope, but he just pretended. So after his job, his laundry, he came back and then he was asking the donkey, he was pushing, he was dragging the donkey and the donkey wouldn't move. And then he said, what's your problem? And he started hitting the donkey. But then the saint came again and he said, you forgot to untie him. He said, I never tied him. But he said, the donkey knows that you tied him. So, uh, so you have to untie it. So when he untied, he pretended. So this is all for us that we always tie ourselves and then we have to learn how to change our perceptions, how to see the bigger picture, and that we have, and the bigger picture is that we have created our own reality. So I hope I have covered everything. Thank you, Masters, for listening to me.
Very
And this
beautiful.
was my life experience plus what I learned from Babaji. So I'm applying it to my life and I'm getting the best results.
Your examples are so beautiful. We cannot forget that now. We have all been tying ourselves with imaginary ropes. All our ropes are imaginary. And we tie ourselves and we forget to untie. This is a absolutely perfect statement of our state. So true. And another beautiful thing that we can learn from today's session is that anytime you feel angry, remember the potato.
Yeah. Mm.
Anytime you feel angry, remember the potato and remember also that it is hot. It's not just potato, it's hot potato. How long can you hold it in your hands? Right? That is the important part. So you can't hold a hot potato, you want to throw it away. Exactly that is what you have to do whenever you feel anger or any such emotion which is negative. Just imagine the hot potato and let it go. So two beautiful things. Basically, both these examples are telling us to become free from ourselves, our own creation,
From the
imaginary
bondages
ropes.
that we have tied us. We have
Ah,
tied ourselves to.
yes, yes,
We
yes.
have to be
So
free.
really beautiful. And as you were describing your experiences, I was thinking about many things that came to my mind about how nature works and what we do with nature together. So, our life is just like how you see examples in nature. Think of, let's say, a vegetable, maybe a bottle gourd, right? When the farmer is planting a bottle gourd thing, that plant grows and you get fresh bottle gourd growing on the plant, right? As long as it is on the plant, it is growing. Then there are two possibilities. One possibility is that the farmer cuts it and sells it in the market. The other possibility, and which is real, which farmers do, is they leave it on the plant so that it naturally matures and produces seeds for future growth.
Mm.
Right? This is a practice of the farmers. Now, think about the one that was cut and sold in the market. Right? We are like that. When we are born, we are like that bottle gourd. and then we are put in the society. Now you are in the market. Okay.
I got it.
And imagine, for this, when you buy it, maybe you pay 100 rupees, 200 rupees for that bottle gold. And supposing a person who is a caterer, he buys it for 150 rupees. And then what he does with the bottle gold? He chops it, peels it, washes it. He does everything to it, adds spices to it, puts it on the fire. And at the end, what comes out is a delicious recipe. And he sells it for 2000 rupees.
Yes.
The value. So, when we pass through the challenges in life, our value keeps growing. We grow from 150 rupees to 2000 rupees. That is the purpose of each one of the experiences that we are gathering. Experiences are making us grow. And we are no different, right? We are part of the nature. That's how we are. We could just after we are born, we could simply stay that way and at the end die, right? But we go through a social churning experiences for growth. Because if you just come, stay, and go, you are not doing any value addition. You remain at 150 rupees. And at the end, actually, nobody will even want to pay anything for you. You can become like the rotten potato. But when you enhance your value through your challenges, every challenge enhances your value. And with that, you can become at the end invaluable, invaluable asset of this entire existence. That is what we have to remember always. So every time we go through a challenge, we should be grateful. Thank you. Thank you for enhancing my value. Thank you for polishing me. Right? Each one of us is that way. So remember this understanding that we have. We are here to enhance our value. That is called growth, evolution. We are evolving. Think this morning I got this thought. You will think I am such a funny guy, but I keep getting these kind of thoughts. So in the morning I got this thought. Think of Stone Age when there was nothing. Human beings were just like animals in the forest. No different, right? Surviving the same things, eating from nature directly and living and dying, getting killed, killing others. All that was going on. Just like animals, no different. And then we started creating mess. We started agriculture, cultivation. And from there, the whole thing of development, we call it development, started. Imagine our state at that time and what it is today. What is the difference? We have more problems than we had then. They had no problem. They never even thought of anything, right? They were just living happily as part of nature. The way they were created, just continue and remain
But they
at
had no comparison, no complaints. They were
none
just
of, yeah,
satisfied with their lives,
exact, yes,
and
right?
they accepted the way that was. So we have
Exact,
forgotten to accept everything the way that is. Your
yes.
bottle gourd example reminded me of bitter gourd Karela. Few days back, I made the Karela sabji and dal and chapati. My husband ate the dal and chapati, but he did not eat the Karela so much. So I asked him that, is everything okay? Why you didn't eat? He said it's bitter. So while I was eating my lunch, I went into that deeper thought and I said, but it is also made with that sweet love, that sweet God's love. So it's bitter on the surface, but it still contains that sweetness. That it's also the part of that God's design, the God's God's
Correct.
company.
And the barrier between taking and not taking is me only, right? I determine. I don't want to eat because it's bitter.
Mm.
It's my choice. If I start seeing sweetness in that bitterness, I will find it very easy to consume it.
And
As
then I
simple as
went
that.
into, yeah, I went into the qualities of that. I said it cleanses, it purifies your blood. So it again came to unified that this whole process of freeing ourselves and going back to that love is just as cleansing and purifying. So,
Yeah.
so
But
sometimes life will give us bitterness, sweetness, um, in the same plate of the like in the form of love. I mean, so
I
so love
eat
has different expressions. So love is
correct.
in the uh,
I eat
so many
Karela
different
very
expression of.
regularly. Today I have to cook it. Today I will be preparing Karela only. Today, last time when I went to the buy vegetables, I did not get the Indian Karela. I got the Chinese Karela. And I love both of them equally. They both taste very similar. Um, the first time I enjoyed Chinese Karela was in Hong Kong, not at your place. When I was there, we went to a
China.
Buddhist temple in
Mhm.
China, to a Buddhist
They
temple.
use a lot. Yeah,
Huh?
they use lot of vegetables. You like we've amazed to see how many greens they have. They eat a lot of meat, but together they eat lot of greens.
Correct. So in the temple, in the Buddhist temple, they don't have meat. They serve only vegetables as part of
Yeah,
prasad.
yeah.
They
We
serve
have
free food. Yeah.
vegetables
So
also.
there, first time I ate Karela just boiled.
Mm.
Imagine how bitter that could be.
They boil or they stir fry it. Yeah, but
So
Buddhists usually they don't use garlic and ginger also.
yeah.
So maybe
So
steamed.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
they'll
it
do a
was
lot of
steamed, and it was basically in some kind of um, cornstarch sauce, some kind of sauce it
seasoning.
was. Yeah, but
They must
it
have
was it
seasoned.
was delicious. I enjoyed it, right? And even though it was bitter, it was very delicious to me. It felt so good, and ever since I started using that also as an alternate for because here we don't get Indian Karela all the time, so I just bring that. Today, that's the one I have. I'm going to be cooking that. And I have a new recipe in mind, which I am going to try today. And if it comes out good, I will share with you. Then you can
Yes,
make that for
please
him.
share with us.
I will share it with you. Then you can cook that for Kamal and try it out.
He needs to eat it for his insulin resistance. So, but he he
I
likes sweet
I
things.
like it so much that I don't even use roti with it. I no rice, nothing, just directly the Karela as a vegetable. I like it that much. So that's more like a snack for me. I eat it that way. Anyway, so shift from Karela now. No more cooking.
And Saleji, like yesterday, I
Yeah.
raised my hands, but
Ah,
everybody else was talking. So, like you were talking about yesterday, that you put your hands on your head. It's like a blessing mudra, like you
ah,
were saying, all the gods are
ah,
in this way, the
ah.
blessing mudra. So, when I had my husband's family visiting us, so we went after dinner for ice cream, and it was the last call. It was the last, like, we were the last clients in that ice cream parlor. And then I did not realize that they have closed half the shutter halfway through already. So I don't know. I was in my own thoughts, and then when I was leaving the shop, then I missed it, and I got a very like I bumped my head very hardly into that shutter.
Oh my God.
So the shopkeeper was like really apologizing, and they gave me an ice pack. So my house was just a walking distance. So I came, but I told my husband I want to be left alone for some time. So I he gave me ice pack to put, and then I sat in my room, and then I put, I don't know, I was clearing my clearing my aura and everything, and then I was a bit worried, honestly, because I was scared because it was a very, very hard like uh, thing. Then I suddenly, I don't know from where this thought came, maybe from my higher self, that something told me to put my hand on my head like a mother does. And then I put my hand on my head and I said, "Don't worry, all is well. It will be okay by tomorrow." And then I bless you. So I told to myself. And when it was Mayaji's turn in the Hindi group, she was saying, "I'm getting blank, I'm getting nervous, it's my first time." So I said, "Bless yourself. Put your hand on your head and say, all is well." Everything. So I don't
Yeah.
know from where that thought came. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
sure from my higher self, but I
yes.
did that and I felt very good. And then I had confidence. So the
Uh,
next day I was feeling little because I know that you don't have to sleep immediately, or if you feel dizzy, consult a doctor, or many things I knew already. But then I was observing myself very closely. But there was a very soothing thought that came from inside, that all will be well, nothing, you are just safe, you protected. So I felt so good, that as if a mother has put her hand and blessed me.
so these discussions that we are having right now, these discussions are indication to us as to how we live the unified learning in our real life. These are examples of day-to-day living. There's nothing, we don't have to go to Himalayas or anything, right? In your normal life, staying whatever you are doing, keep doing what you are doing, but still living in that state of being unified. That is the only switch we have to make. We are not going to be doing anything exceptional, this little ship. So after Monilji uh, takes us through the practice, I will talk a little bit about why do we have to accept I create my own reality. I will tell you the why behind it. Okay. We have experientially we know that yes, I did this, I created this, right? But what's the point in accepting this? That's what I will explain. It's a little bit longer talk that I will do. So I won't keep holding Monilji. It's going to be too late for her in the night, right? So
It's okay.
yeah, you take us through the practice, and then we will talk later.
All right, masters. Just be comfortable and come back to your natural state. Adjust the lights if you want. And if you want to interlock your hands or any position that you find it comfortable, just keep your back a little straight. Let's travel from our mind to the space of peace, silence, love, and gentleness. Bring your awareness to your breath. The breath is so easy, so comfortable, so gentle, and still it's the life force energy. Take a deep breath in. Bring it more deeper, full, deep, complete breath. And release it. Release is a very important part of our growth. Take another deep breath in. Deeper as you can. And exhale it. One more deep, complete breath in. Feeling fulfilled and releasing all the discomforts. Come back to your natural breath. And witness yourself or observe the natural rhythm flowing in and out. The breath that's so important for our lives works in silence. When it comes in, there's no noise. When it goes out, there's no effort. Naturally and gently, it flows through our nostrils. Slowly allow yourself to follow the breath to your heart space. Heart space is where love is placed. We are all made of flesh and blood, muscles, the nerves. But love is the vibrant energy that keeps us alive, keeps us going. When we feel low, when we feel hurt or pain, it's the God's love that holds us back. We have all experienced this in our past. Many ups and downs came to our lives. There were struggles, storms. But every time, it just passed through. It's the love that kept us going. It's the God's love, the love of the creation, that each moment we receive as our comfort, sometimes in sweet and bitter taste. But it's helping us grow, helping us learn the patience. Sometimes God says yes, sometimes God says no, and sometimes God says, wait. We have been protected all our lives since we are born and we are alive until now. Whatever happens is just perfect. Everything happens at perfect time. And I am at the perfect place. Each day I'm growing, I'm evolving. Each day I'm realizing that I'm made in the image of God. I'm perfect. I'm perfection. I am abundance. The perfection that nobody can alter, cannot be changed. And abundance is all around me. It fulfills my needs. It gives me comfort. Whatever I need, it comes to me at the right time. Just be grateful because we are at the receiving end. Sometimes it comes in form of food. Sometimes it comes in form of transportation. Sometimes it comes as a friend, and sometimes it comes as a foe. But it all depends on what we invite. What lessons we want to experience to grow. Let's send love and light to all the thought forms around me. I send love and light to all uninvited influences in my aura. You are each whole and healed. You are each created as love and light, and you are still love and light. You each feel no pain now. And you are not afraid. You each have a perfect place to go. And I ask my higher self to bring you there now. Each of you go in peace. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I send love and light to all the thought forms around me. Bring your awareness to your heart space. Again, feel the love pulsating. It's all about feeling. Feel the love vibrating in each of your body cell. Feel your love the God's love. That is the basis of the whole universe. His presence make you feel the pulsation in your heart. Your heart is related, is connected to everything else and to everyone in the universe. Love is everything. You are love. And life is forgiving love. When you realize and recognize that everyone else is the character or a role player in your script, then life is forgiving love. Love is the essence, the truth beneath the surface. Feel its gentleness, feel its warmth. Love is the sweet syrup. It's just like that coffee beans in the coffee shop. It's supreme. We have been always receiving this love from God's creation, each of its forms. Wherever we go, it's present. It's our awareness. We have to be observant. We have to be aware of its presence. There is no lack. There's never absence of love. It's only our perception. Like the sun is clouded by the dark clouds. It doesn't mean that sun is not shining. A rainy day is not a horrible day. It doesn't cause inconvenience. We are protected. We have strong umbrellas. We are safe in our homes. Rain is the nourishment for the soil. The Mother Nature and Mother Earth working in cooperation. Just like our body organs. There is no switch. Everything works automatically in cooperation with each other. The hands work on its own. The mouth, the lungs and the chest, the digestive organs, the whole function. The nervous system. There's no screaming, there's no shouting, there's no complaining. Everything works, every organ works in cooperation, in coordination, helping each other. The respiratory system, the reproductive system, this whole body is a manifestation of God's love. Each cell, each organ, and we have all the qualities of God just transferred to us. It's inherited by us just naturally, because we are the part of this whole existence that's brewed with God's love, the sweet syrup. Every one of us is so unique with different choices, all depending on our conditioning, our thought process, our expectations. On the surface, it looks like we have been tortured, we have been hurt by others. We were the victims. We have been exploited. There was an injustice done. We cannot deny that we went through pain, we went through hurts, we went through rejection, we resisted, we condemned, we rejected. We made the plan. We wrote the script. We chose the actors for our script. They played the perfect roles. They obliged us. They served us. but we did not execute the plans. We got separated. Our higher self, always watching us, aiming for us, a life full of perfection, of abundance, of love. But we never heard our higher self's voice. We were always busy in the chaotic world outside. Running, collecting things, fulfilling our wishes, our ambitions. But one day when Babaji's book came in our hands, we were very grateful. And we are grateful. That we realized that what we thought we were and we travel from our mind, from our logical analysis to the sweet love. That made us realize how blessed we are. We have a part of us that is whole and complete and never lost connection with God's qualities. See how you feel when you affirm these qualities for yourself. I'm made in the image of God. God is love, so I am love. God is light, so I am light. God is peace. I am also peace. That's away from all the turmoils of the life, just like that sky. The sky of the dark night. It witnesses all the storms, all the lightning, all the heavy rainfalls, but it's untouched. Clouds come and go, but it remains just as still and silent. It's always there, and nobody knows the starting and end. It's just widespread. God is perfection, and I am perfection. Feel it when you affirm. The perfection that cannot be altered, cannot be changed. I am perfect now. I have always been perfect, and I will always remain perfect. God is abundance, and I am abundance. And everything comes to me if I'm open and receptive. When I trust the process of the universe, when I go with the flow of life, and love is the flow of life. God is all-knowing intelligence, and I am all-knowing intelligence. And the rest of myself, my higher self, has vibrant energy. It has all the wisdom, and it's full of love. Standing by my side, aiming a perfect life, full of abundance, full of love, full of joy and bliss. Our higher self wants us to have a fulfilled life. The experiences of heaven. It's time to connect to a higher self. Feel that you are unified. Ask for higher self signal. And when you're ready, tell your higher self, take its name. My dear higher self, please feed me the names of anyone that I need to forgive. It could be a situation, a stranger, or the incident that you never imagined. Your higher self can give you the names of the people your loved ones, the wonderful people. Those are not even in your memory now. Maybe it's very old, past. Release is just freeing ourselves from the bondage of resentment, of pain, hurt, of grudges that we are holding on to. The bitterness is controlling us. You can ask again if you haven't got any names. My dear higher self, please give me the names that I need to forgive. Enjoy the cleansing process. It's time for us to give love, to be grateful for the presence of our higher self. Thank you, higher self. Take the name. I'm so relieved. I'm feeling so light, so gentle, so breezy. It's like lifting the veil, the barrier between you and me. It's like returning back to the pathway of love. As if the gateways of love are opening. The veil has been lifted. The truth has prevailed. I'm truly a creator of my own experiences. I'm solely responsible for my thoughts and actions. There are no complaints, there are no grudges. We are enjoying these joyful moments filled with peace and bliss. I'm recognizing that no one can hurt me. And I'm sending love to everyone and everything. Sending love from the heart. And letting them know, I forgive you. I send you love from my heart and I forgive you, knowing that it's impossible for you to infringe on my perfection. No one can hurt me. You are merely doing what I invited you for. You or no one else can hurt me or infringe on my perfection. I am free and I let you be free. I'm so grateful to you. I'm sending you love from my heart. I'm letting you free. I am love and I am light. You are love and you are light. I close my aura to all except my higher self. I send love to all thought forms around me. And let this love radiate from your heart to everything and everywhere and to everyone in God's creation. Life is for giving love to everyone and everything. Life is once again for giving love. Slowly and gently, feel the space where you are seated. Sending love and being grateful to all the things in the room where you are seated. If you want to extend to your family members or anyone else, the plants, the pets in your house. To the curtains and to the beds. Slowly and gently, place your palms on your eyes. Remove your palms and welcome back. To the God's love. Where you can create your own reality and make your world thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity and thank you for being here today. Thank you. Drink some water. Thank you, Saleshi. Thank you.
We had a beautiful experience all together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saleshi, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. So, as we went through this session, the practice, if anyone has any questions coming up, you can definitely raise your hand and ask the questions. Or if you want to share some experience, you can always share experience.
In the group, we had lots of openings and insights. Mhm.
Yes,
Yesterday was also a very beautiful session where Jayachi covered everything.
yes. And so this whole week we have been revising the sixth chapter. So a lot of it has got covered already. So there may not be much questions left. But the fundamental still remains the same, that I create my own reality.
Mm.
And what is, we, why do we need to accept this? The the concept is very simple, because we cannot change anyone but ourselves. And
We have no control.
uh,
Mm.
the law behind this, the nature's law, is the law of free will. Everybody has the free will to do what they want. And we can't interfere into anybody else's free will. So I cannot change anybody. Right? That
You
is
know,
the most.
Saleshi, when
Yeah.
I was reading this free
Mm,
will, then
mm,
I remembered Krishna and Sudama.
mm,
When Krishna used to do seva of Sudama because he was sick.
mm,
And then Sudama once asked Krishna that, uh, why can't you make me rid of all these karmas? And then um, Krishna replied, I can serve you, I can love you, but I cannot enter in your free will. He did not use
exactly.
the word free will, but he said karma.
Mm,
So I cannot interfere in your karma and I cannot take your karma away.
exactly. Even if those who understand karma properly, even karmas don't interfere with each other.
Mm.
Your good karma doesn't cancel bad karma.
Yes.
Right? So this is to that level, that this is sacred, absolutely sacred, that we have the freedom to do what we want. So when I can't change anybody around me, why do I keep on wasting my energy trying to do that? As parents, how much energy we spend on changing the children? And at the end, those who have the experience would know what the result is. You can do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. They will evolve to be who they are,
Yes.
irrespective of whatever you may do. If you have two children, they will both be very uniquely different, distinctly different, even though the parents are same. And the reason for that is they do what they want. if I look back at my own life, I have I wasn't brought up outside society. I was part of a society, and I was always taught, do this, do that, do like this, do. But I always did what I wanted to do. I always did what I wanted to do. And I'm pretty sure most of the people have the same experience, that we do what we want to do. So now the question is, what is wisdom here? The wisdom is, if I want to bring a change, the very reason why I want to change everybody outside is that I want change. I want to see things in my own way. But my approach is incorrect. If I want to see things in my own way, where the correction can happen, I can't correct anybody. That is the reason why no change will happen. And when change will not happen, then I will be frustrated and angry. And I will always be disappointed. This is the primary understanding we need to develop, that if I have to change anything, then I have to start from myself. And when I change, outside automatically changes. That we have proof. All of us have experiential proof of this one very fact, that when I change, outside changes automatically. So that
Need
is
that change.
the underlying knowledge in this understanding that I create my own reality, is that taking responsibility for the self, and because self is the source of all the experience. And if the self shifts, the experiences will shift automatically. That is what all of us need to understand. This is all very simple, easy way to start accepting responsibility for ourselves. It's that simple, that easy. The the why do we um, not accept this? Why do we not understand? Because our grooming, the way we are brought up and groomed, that grooming is from outside, and we have accepted it as the truth. And because of that grooming, we are externally oriented, and we think that, like others were trying to change me, I can change others. That assumption itself is fraudulent. That's wrong. That's where the problem happens. So as we mature, our understanding improves. So with time, as we start maturing, as we go through challenges of life, we learn and grow, we start understanding that, well, it, there's no point wasting time outside. There's absolutely no point. So when I start changing myself, outside just changes. Why? Because it's a reflection of me. Then we start understanding the connection of me with everything else. If outside is not connected with me, it won't change.
Mm.
So if I start changing myself, and if I see outside changing automatically, that means only one thing, that everything is connected. Things are just connected to me. So when I'm making a
Actually,
change
our
in the right
perception
spot.
changes. Yeah. We are
Huh,
not we are not making any big changes. It's only our perception and our awareness. Like they said that in chapter number 3, that I know, sorry for that, how that tick tick of the
clock.
clock we never heard. We never heard it. But now that we are aware, we can hear it.
Yes. Yeah. So when you start working at the root of everything, the tree will automatically respond to that change. That
Mm.
instead of cutting every leaf on the tree, you just cut the root.
Mm.
That's only one place you make a change, and everything else will follow through. This simple thing, once we understand, Rest of it becomes easy. In part two, this is what we will be doing also, right? Reorganizing our thinking patterns so that that shift happens within. When this shift happens, our experiences will change. That's one thing that I wanted to also add to our learning of this chapter, that this is
You,
that
mm,
important.
you had said in one of the lessons, I don't remember when, but I have written down that when changes happen inside, it automatically is seen outside. So the
Y-
changes is seen. Yeah.
Yeah, and all of us have proof of it. We just ignore it. Because it's not that we are not changing, we are constantly changing. As we are growing, our experiences are teaching us, and there is shift happening within us. Keeps on happening. We don't recognize it. And because of that shift happening within us, our experiences also change. We have never connected the two. When now we are looking at our own life with open eyes, then we are able to connect. We are able to connect the link. Okay, this is why this experience came to me, right? I had this hot potato in my hand, and that's why this stink is coming, right? That is it. It's very simple. That connection, once we start making, then automatically we start feeling responsible for the outcomes of our behavior. Then, okay, I am this way, and this is why I have this experience. I have no complaints now. Then you have no complaints.
Mm. It's been happening to us. Like if I went to a restaurant and I overate, and then I have a stomach upset. So it was my reality that I created. It's in
Exactly.
small things now we can observe and we are aware of it. Like
Correct.
today, one of my husband's cousin, he sent me a song on forgiveness.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you are amazed. And one more message came, which was exactly on lines of this, that you were loved because you achieved something. You were a good child, something like that. I have still to read it and understand it, but I understood the meaning of it was that you were not loved for who you are. You were
Uh,
loved for what you achieved, for what the good qualities. If you rebelled in the family, or if you screamed, or you were angry, then you're not accepted. So
right.
you're not accepted for what you are. So I'll forward that message to you. It's very so
Yes.
these two messages came, and I said, "Oh universe, I know I'm aligned, and you are sending me messages and showing me this
Mm.
synchronicities, or you are giving me signals that I'm on the right path."
And it is also happening because a very large number of people are waking up now across the globe.
Hmm.
Much more, there is much bigger population who are now awakening. And when they are awakening, they are able to figure out all these things in their own way. They are expressing it, right?
I
But the
agree with
principle
you.
still remains the same,
Hmm.
right? We are loved for complying with the system.
Hmm.
That is the
With
key.
the should be, like you
Ah,
should be.
yeah, you are good because you comply with the system. Whether you agree with it or not, it's a different thing. Nobody is considerate about it at all. No consideration. You just align with the system, you are good. Your life is easy, everything becomes good. So
Because we
that's
are all attached to that parameters, that this should be like that, and this is the process of evolution. If you cross the line, then
correct.
you
So,
are not a good girl, you are not a good boy. We have been listening this
yeah.
from the childhood, but now we know that what's the real meaning of good girl and good boy. So my sister has her grandchildren. So I told her once, she told in front of me, "You are a good girl." Then I explained to her. I
Uh,
said, don't say this word. You
uh,
can just appreciate for what she did, but
uh,
don't use that word, "You are a good girl." because she will attach that thing to this, that I did this and
Uh,
I was appreciated. So she
right,
will always try to do that and not be as natural for who she won't become who she is for.
right, right.
So,
This, yeah, this is our own learning and growth. We are learning from day-to-day life examples. When we are awake, we will see and learn. When we are sleeping, we will not learn from anything in life.
mm,
Right? The life will keep going on, giving us lessons. We are not learning, and we are still continuing to sleep. After we wake up, we begin to see the connection of things.
mm.
Yeah, that's the beautiful
She
part of
really
life.
appreciated and she understood that what I'm saying, because
Exactly.
we have attached so many labels, we have given names to everybody. She's like that, he's like that, he's doing that, he's always like that.
Hmm.
So it's in our mind that the first change should come, that we have to
Right.
drop everything, all that
Yes.
conditioning that we have attached for
Yes.
others in our mind and for ourselves also.
Correct. Yeah. In part two, that's what we will be working on, the self only, on the self. In part two, we will do that. And then we extend beyond the self because we can't change in isolation either. Our change is
Yeah, definitely.
connected because we are
I
connected.
was thinking about this, that we need to, and I have written in my notes also, you
Uh,
at least need to to progress, because you need
absolutely.
someone. It's your mirror, like all our relationships or anybody, they're
Uh,
showing mirror to us. Like you said once, that if you just imagine you are alone in the universe,
uh,
and how would you know about your feelings? How would you know what love is? How would you know anything? And grudges and all are also actually sometimes blessings in disguise.
hmm,
Like I was thinking about my husband, that he felt so much about that he became successful. He became a successful businessman. So do you twist and see, and then you can see a another outlook of
yes.
the grudge and resentment. Of course, it's to certain extent, because he's the type of person, he wouldn't take anything to heart. He will just follow his own guidance and own intuition. He's very connected. I
Hmm,
have always noticed that he's not on any path, but he's always connected.
correct. Exactly.
It's on the
That's
target.
that's another
It
big
goes right for
realization.
him. Mm.
This is another big
And
realization each one of us have to have is that ultimately we
I have
have
so
our
many
own path.
realizations about my
Hmm.
uh, husband in this journeys after unified, not before.
Uh,
I can see all his blocks and I'm more empathetic towards him. I'm more this, I'm not going to interfere in his free will and in his journey that he
hmm,
has chosen for himself.
hmm,
But I can see, and then I'm become more understanding. Like for this, I saw that he was insulted and he has that money block, that
hmm.
he keeps money on the top priority of his life. And
Right.
I can see that block, but I can't tell him, because telling is not going to work. And
Correct.
that is his life path. And then unless he uh, wants to change or come out of it. Mm.
He will go through his life experience and
Yeah.
understand the depth of it. So
Mm.
having money or being attached to money is a part of our spiritual growth.
Mm.
It's an important element of our spiritual growth. So we should not run away from it either. It's not bad. It's a good thing. We are on that path.
Yeah,
That means we are
we
progress.
also discussed other day, and I also believe, but I'm not. Uh, I have no complaints about it, but because I can see, and then
Yeah, that's
it
right.
blocks some of
So
the other uh, spheres of life.
observe and learn, right? That's all we should do. Observe and learn from it and keep going. Learn and grow. That's what we are here for. So good.
And he's
So
fond of cinema, and he can he the only entertainment in his life is like cinema. That I realized only when I read chapter 6, that Oh my God, it's a revelation. It's a revelation for me that why he has so much obsession for cinema, because that childhood experience is
Exactly.
following him,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
he's filling himself with that. That
Yeah.
I can afford the cinema because he was refused for the 10 rupees to
Uh,
watch a cinema.
yes. In my childhood, I had the two things that used to be very fascinating for me. One was eating Amul cheese, and the second was eating cashew nuts.
Hmm.
These two things. And unconsciously, I was always buying cheese for myself. Unconsciously, buying cheese and cashew nuts. And then one day I realized that in my childhood, I used to just love eating these two things. And the reason for that was these two things were not available all the time. So whenever I got it, I was wanted to load up on that, right? And that tendency stayed with me. So after I realized this thing, my mental block got released. Now I just don't feel like eating cashew nuts anymore. No more eating, like I don't want to eat cheese anymore. I've had the quota all done, right? That realization releases us from that pattern that we unconsciously pick up. Uh,
Identification that I have this in me.
uh,
It's it's really very powerful.
yes,
We don't
absolutely.
have to do anything. It's only that identification.
Correct.
By the way, my husband also is very fond of cashew nut. He keeps cashew nut in his office too.
Yes, yes. So that's how it is happening to us. We forget about our childhood events, but they have deep imprints on us, and we have. It's up to us now to resolve them, and the process that we have in Unified will help us identify and resolve them one by one. That's the beauty of this book, the process. So we'll continue to do that. All right. So for you also,
It's
it's
very
it's going to be
quiet
late. Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Everyone is very quiet today.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
questions.
Yeah.
All
We
questions has been
yeah. This is
answered.
kind of fifth day we are doing it, right? So on we have revised it enough number of time, and it's a good thing that we are now settled in this thought. It is ready, making us ready for jumping into the part two. Of course, next week we will revise the seventh chapter. That's equally important. That is kind of refinement of
Correcting
this week's
thoughts.
practice. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So next week, let us get together next week again. We will do it. The Hindi one we will do for 3 days, and the English one we have only one
Ajay
request,
ji,
so we will do it only
only
on
Ajay Naik
yeah
ji. Yeah.
Ajay ji. Yes.
Mm,
So and then the week after we will start
mm,
part two. Okay, so let's all feel that achievement that yes, now we have solidified the foundation for part one, and we will stand on firm footing for part two. That's the I can see that the progress in this part one has been really much better than what we had in the previous 2 years.
mm.
So thank you, Monilji,
That's true.
for today's session.
Mm. And
And
Babaji leaves a hint in the previous chapter for anything. Like he says that you have been mistaken and you need to think about your thoughts. So it's like every chapter leaves a impression.
yes,
in the,
absolutely, yeah,
it's
and
like all connected.
yeah.
Mm,
And when we share experiences with each other, we learn from that also. Well, okay, this is also another aspect of it, right?
mm,
So everyone should remember two lessons from today. One was about hot potatoes. Never forget, anytime you feel anger, know that you have a hot potato in the hand,
mhm.
right? And what was the second one?
The donkey one.
The donkey one, yes. We have imaginary
There were many
rope
examples
around us.
today.
Uh,
I still had few examples, but I forgot to.
yes.
It's okay. There's always another time.
Oh yes, yes. We have lots of opportunities in the days to come to come forward and share. So we will do it. Okay. Thank you,
Thank
Monilji.
you.
Thank you, masters.
Thank you,
We'll
everyone.
we'll
Thank you,
get
Saleshi.
together.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the Hindi group, starting Monday, we'll start the next chapter, and then Thursday we'll do the English one.